All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone is having a really good morning today. Good morning, Norm. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good. Doing good. So very excited. We finally completed our first day of the Traders Challenge. So look to hear more information about that later on. Um, yeah, it's pretty exciting. I gotta tell you, see some of the results. It's pretty exciting. So looking forward to another great day today of trading. Hopefully, you guys are excited as well. And let's get into it, guys. As usual, we will go over our hot stocks from yesterday, the top playlist from yesterday, yesterday's trading day. We have our watch list here. Then we'll go over to our gappers list right now. ALDX looking very exciting at the moment, up quite a bit. And then we'll go over our Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers, and then whatever stocks you guys are watching on your end that maybe we have not gone over. So yesterday we had class 1 and 2 as well. So if you're joining to those classes, hope you're able to get a lot of it out of it yesterday, and then that today you're able to practice some of those things you're learning. All right, folks. So let's see what we did yesterday. So Tesla was on my list. I have way too many on my list, and I'll explain why. There's so many here on the list. So I had about 6 or 5. Then the ones that I had on this list, like Tesla, for example, again had a beautiful pre-market action here, as you can see. Let's get the 1 minute over as well. Let's bring this. Here we go. So again, beautiful pre-market action, but the open was kind of choppy. On the 5 minute, I didn't like what I was seeing on the opening. At the open of the market, you can see it's just very choppy. So I started looking for other stocks that were that other people were watching or mentioning in the chat room. So I know Andrew has had a VIAB on his list, so I put that on there, and I added a few more other ones on here, so that was looking better than what I had on my list. So Tesla pretty choppy right at the open when I'm looking for open range breakdowns. It did bottom out pretty nice here, very clean level, and then it takes off above VWAP. If he was able to catch this move, this is a really good reversal here. Or breakup, but again, very difficult to do that when you have this type of chop here, right? So that's not easy. That's not an easy trade to take. AMD, beautiful opening range breakup right over here. It's just a nice breakup here. Andrew took this trade towards the top, and then an amazing short engulfing pattern here. The SPY starts selling off, and just look at this 1 minute chart as well. Look how clean this is. Right, maybe you're not catching it right at the top, right over here, because you don't know where the top is going to be. That's a mistake a lot of traders do, is that they try to catch the top, and next you know this could be a pullback, and then it takes off and it squeezes you even further up. So with the SPY selling off, you have several pullbacks here that could have provided you a great entry. Even if you missed this one here, right when it cracks VWAP, could have been another entry as well. A lot of you guys took this for a short and made out great. Some of you guys even took the same trade I did, got long in here after this bull flag opening range breakup. And on the way down, got stopped out for the rest, and then took it short, flipped your position. So that was an amazing move if you did that. Good job there. Then here we had a MU very similar to what the SPY and also what AMD did, right? AMD seemed like it ran more than MU towards the downside, though. It just seemed a lot cleaner. But again, same thing here. Good opening range breakup. You would have taken some out up here, got stopped out for the rest, and then a beautiful short. And you get an opportunity here. Look at this nice pullback to the VWAP. This would have been a great entry for a short, good risk to reward, and you drop down. So just for educational purposes, a good risk to reward. Let's say you're getting in here at the VWAP. Your reward is the low of the day. See, that's what you're aiming for down here, right? That's your target. Your risk on here will be above this candle here, above this level. So that's that's almost a 2-to-1, maybe even more. But that's where you want to put your risk if you're getting in at VWAP. Next, we have Netflix. Netflix, give me 1 second here. Here we go. So Netflix, same thing as kind of what the market did right at the open in the first 20 minutes. Pops up nicely here, good open range breakup. And then you got this beautiful engulfing pattern again. The SPY had this, AMD had this, MU had this. Beautiful entry for a short run to move down to these moving averages. Finally finds a foothold once the SPY stops selling off. And a lot of the stocks, the same thing. They kind of had a recovery here, recover a bit towards the high of the day. Apple was really nice. I didn't trade Apple. I missed this opening range breakdown. Again, just a beautiful trade. Had a beautiful pre-market open too. Look how strong this pre-market open was. I did not expect it to sell off, but once it's open at the first 5-minute candle, sells off really hard. You get this pullback, and then look at this rejection of these price levels, right? These pullback cannot hold, comes right back down. This is a great entry here. Once you see this type of candle, that's a great rejection of a price. The moving averages are above here. When something like that happens, a good indication that it wants to crack the low of the day. It's just not strong enough. And with the SPY helping it push it down, look at this next drop you get here. Just a beautiful drop all the way down to these levels. So Apple was great. Again, same thing as many stocks yesterday. They kind of find the bottom and just started recovering a little bit and heading up towards VWAP.
And Apple gave a great second chance too on that VWAP bounce at about 11:15. If you didn't get in it the first time, you see that one candle that's a little hammer came down, touched rejected VWAP, and then ended up running about $2.
Yeah. One of the things with Apple too, I think we were mentioning in the chat room that again it had been so strong at the pre-market. This was kind of shocking. I think the SPY had to do a lot with this. And when the SPY stopped selling off, we're saying, this might bounce back now. Because, again, it was just so strong. There was no reason for this drop here unless the SPY pushed it. But, yeah, you're right. If you missed this is why you don't want to chase things, guys. Good point, Norm. Don't chase it. Wait for that opportunity. And if you don't get that opportunity, no problem. Just look for another setup, AVYA didn't do much. I was watching this one. Again, just had a choppy open and just continued to be choppy in the volume. Look at the volume, how it dies down. And once that happens, these stocks become very tricky to trade. We were looking at also this one. We were mentioning how, again, it looks like it was breaking out, but the volume was so low that it was very difficult to try to take a stab at this and just get stuck in something that's not moving. So CRIS, Chris just sold off. Didn't really do much. No actual breakout. Actually, this stock was shortable. But again, I was very cautious with this one here. I actually was not even watching it that closely. Because again, it just didn't look like it was in play anymore after selling off. This one had a beautiful opening range breakup. Again, same thing as the SPY. Everything just popped up. Good opening range breakup here that got you to the high of the day. Then it failed. Then you see this beautiful engulfing pattern like you're seeing in a lot of the other stocks. This one I took for a short here, and it drops down to the moving averages and almost to creating a new low of the day right over here. Then WGO, I didn't watch this one, but I had it on my list just in case because it did have some news out. So possibility of doing something in the mid morning or in the afternoon, but really just opened up pretty choppy, with not much volume, so it didn't do much yesterday. Norm, anything you traded on your end? Anything that you liked yesterday?
I took 2 trades. I had one on Apple and I had one on NVIDIA.
Nice.
NVIDIA had a nice move after that open. It bounced almost perfectly off of, I believe it was, there was a level around 171. It bounced almost perfectly off of and then took off. So
nice.
I played that reversal.
Sweet. All right, guys, so let's see what we have in our gappers list. Very light right now. Only have 2 stocks at the moment. ALDX up 62.5, 1.5 million shares traded already. I'm sure there's a lot of eyes on this because the daily chart even looks good. I was looking at it earlier. Let me show you what the daily chart looks like. So right now, again, very good volume. Look at this beautiful pre-market action. And here you can see it does have a good daily chart for the type of stock that it is. So it has some nice waves to it. It does have some range. The ATR on this is 66 cents, I believe. 66 cents. And the float we have here is 17.5. So a little bit on the lower side. Again, it is a stock that's going to move quite a bit today. Has the volume. What's the news on this bad boy today? Let's see what's going on. All right, so they got a good phase 3 approval here. Looks like good phase 3 testing, so they got good results on their phase 3 of whatever medicine they're doing. So that's always good news for companies like this, pharmaceutical companies. So gapping up very nicely, 61% in tons of volume. I am going to put it down over. It's not really low flow, but it is a riskier stock. It is only 17 million, and the price range, right, again, it's a lower price range, and it's moving quite a bit. So you want to be very careful with this type of stock on the number of shares you take. Next, we have NVIDIA. NVIDIA is up 2.4. Right now, what is the volume? Volume is 143,000 shares traded. So quite a bit. Not the cleanest pre-market action at the moment. I see a lot of volume sitting on this one candle here. So not sure what's going on. Let's look at the daily chart. Daily chart looks amazing though. Daily chart looks very clean on NVIDIA. So I think this is definitely one to watch today. Gonna remove these levels here. We'll find some clean ones. But yeah, this looks good. I love this daily chart. Look at the pop, pull back here and now right back up. It's found some support in this area. So it looks like it wants to go higher, maybe test this 185 today. So Nvidia's daily chart looks great. Pre-market action looking so-so. I guess once it gets more volume, it can start doing a better flow. But at the moment, just looking pretty flat in this price range of 170, 177.90 or so. All right, okay, we got some more coming up into our gappers list. We have AMD and Cron. Let's take a look at those. AMD up 2.2%, 576,000 shares. That's a good pre-market action. That's developing nicely. We got a huge volume here too, 164,000 shares just in this one candle. But I do like the pre-market action on AMD at the moment. Also a nice daily chart here. You're getting some nice waves, right? You got a pop, pullback, and another somewhat trying to put a pop now over these moving averages, over these levels here, daily levels. I'm going to remove those levels. We got some really good clean levels because when this price action consolidates within an area, you're going to have the high and lows just kind of all over in here. So that's good. That gives us some good support and resistance. We'll find some more if it decides to go to the top. And then look at the bottom. You got some clean moving averages here as well that we can base some levels out of. So AMD looks good. Let's look at Cron, C-O-R-N. What is that up to? This is probably one of my favorite ones to trade out of all the POS stocks. I think it trades probably the cleanest next to CGC. Right now, pre-market seems all over the place a bit. It does have quite some volume, almost 500,000 shares traded. You have one candle here with 125,000 shares, so that's quite a lot. We prefer to have that spread out and create a nice flow. But pre-market seems a little bit all over the place, and daily chart also seems right in the middle of where it's opening. So yeah, not sure what's going on with the Cron. Let's keep it on here for now. But right now, not the cleanest chart on the pre-market. So Dan is advising cannabis stocks group drops as Q4 revenue falls short. Yeah, that could do it. I mean, they had such a huge run up though, right? I mean, they really took off in the beginning of this year. So let's see how that plays out. I don't have shares for sure for Cron, so CME usually does not. So we'll check out to see what how it plays out.
We don't own IB either, Carlos.
You don't? Yeah, it's one of those stocks where it's very difficult to find stocks inventory to short. So all right, let's see what we got here on Nasdaq active, Nasdaq gainers, and then we'll go over to the chats. Okay, we have this one, ALDX. We have already Hunt is not doing much volume right now, so we'll skip that one. BBBY. This is Best Buy or Bed Bath & Beyond? I always confused this one.
Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, it's flying this morning.
Okay, Here we go. All right, it's up 22. Why is this not on our gappers list? Is it the ATR?
Yeah, the ATR I think is 1 penny short.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, a couple of pennies off. Yeah, this is in play today for sure. Look at this volume, 2.4 million shares traded. It's got to be on some news for sure. They're reporting this morning. BBY.
I believe they did.
Yep, here we go. So they got some rumors of some investors. They got some investing happening. They got some upgrades. Morgan Stanley looks like. All right, so they got a lot going on. Whatever it is very positive here. That's a big gap. So 22% on a company this big. That's good. So we'll definitely have this one. This looks in play. Daily chart looks great as well. It doesn't move much. That's why the ATR is only 46 cents. But today is definitely in play. I'm shocked the ATR is only 46 cents because you got some pretty good moves here. So that's a little weird. That's only 46 cents. You'd think it would be more. But all right, we'll watch it. Looks good. Next we have Atos. Atos is on the move again here. Again, this stock is a little tricky. It sells off more than what it sells up. So you gotta be very careful. It had a big day here. Got a sell off here. Looks like it's found a bottom. So actually, this daily chart does not look bad at all. This looks good. What's the float on this one? Don't recall. Yeah, so very low flow. I'm going to throw it on here. But that daily chart does look interesting. You have a nice pop here, sold off. They didn't sell back down to the levels where it was trading at. Kind of found a support here within these moving averages, this daily lows. And now it's popping up back up here. So we got some clean levels because obviously we had levels before when this pop happened. So it does have the potential. Let's keep it on here. MBRX not doing much. This pre-market action doesn't look too good. It looks a little flat. It does have the volume 374. Daily chart looks so. I don't like all these wicks more than bodies on these candles, but we do have some days that when it does get the volume, it does run. So we do have some of that. You have one here too with some volume, but it's sold back off. So interesting. The only thing I don't like about this one, it is under $3. Again, that's just, you want to be careful with that. What is the float on this? 22. So it's not that low of a float. All right, we'll put it on here. We'll come back to it. Not my favorite at the moment. It needs to start looking a little better. Next we have JRJC. Not much happening there. BIOC has the volume. Has the volume today. Again, this is also trades a lot under a penny. I'm personally not going to watch this one, guys. I think we have plenty down here over in our risky pile and lower price stock that we can watch. I'm just not going to watch this one today. It does have great volume, 833,000 shares traded, but that 833 is not creating a good price action. To me here, this looks very choppy and very flat, opposed to like a ALDX, where again it's creating this nice flow here, connecting the candles nicely. Even Atos has half the volume and it has a better pre-market action. Not great, but has a better pre-market action than BIOC does. ORMP, not much happening there. CCIH, not good. AXAS, not exciting. Next we have Nasdaq Active, Best Buy, no, this is Bed Bath & Beyond. All right, so this looks good. We have this one. ALDX, we have Nasdaq ETF. We won't trade those. I won't trade those. We do have people that trade those stocks. BIOC, we talked about, just not clean. Has good volume, large volume here, but just not a clean pre-market action. AMD, we have. AMD is looking pretty good. Let's get the 5 minute here. Yeah, AMD is looking good. I like that. Some good volume. Nasdaq ETF, another volatility index. Apple, see what Apple's up to. Oh, Apple's interesting too. It's got some good volume. The event yesterday didn't really affect the stock much up or down. It was just kind of still kept doing its own thing. It didn't really change it. They had an event yesterday at 1 p.m. So, but they're up today quite a bit, 1.4. So that's good. So Apple, yeah, Apple looks interesting. Yep, we'll keep Apple on here. Next Crown we have, and last one OPGN, penny stock, and not really doing much there. All right, excellent guys. So let's see what the SPY is up to this morning. Then I'll get to the chat, see what you guys are watching on your end. So in here, so the SPY is up almost less than half a point, right? So 0.58. So that's nice. It got a nice little bounce to it. So some of these stocks though, if you look at Apple, if you look at AMD, Nvidia, I mean, just look at the daily chart now, right? So you look at the daily chart. Let me get the SPY up here. They're really trading with the SPY, looks like quite a bit. So daily chart looks very similar to what the SPY is doing on AMD, Nvidia, not BBY. This is clearly trading on its own news here, right? So this is clearly not following the market. And Apple also seems like it's kind of trading with the SPY a bit as well. All right. Let's see what else we have. All right, guys, what are you guys are watching on your end? Norm, anything you have exciting that you keeping an eye on today that you like?
No, I've got pretty much the same list. I'm going to focus on Apple, Nvidia, AMD, MU, and probably Bed Bath & Beyond. So
okay, excellent. All right, so let's see what you guys have on your end. You're watching Roku. Yeah, what did Roku end up doing yesterday? It had a strong midday play. It seemed like it was very yeah, it was bounced back nicely yesterday. Actually, let's look at that. So,
yeah, Roku and Netflix both kind of had that, and it was because the Apple announcement of their TV service kind of disappointed. I think early in the day or the last couple of days, people have been concerned about people taking viewers from them. Some people were talking about, the Netflix killer, and then it was underwhelming, so it kind of helped some of those, midday.
Yeah, come back. Yeah, I don't see Netflix going anywhere. I mean, I saw the event yesterday. It was like, okay, that's it. Let's move on now. And actually, Apple is going to use Roku. They're going to put their service on Roku. So that actually helps Roku out. So, yeah, huge day for Roku. Look at this bounce here. Sold off a bit, towards the end of the day. But, again, that was good. Up 1.8 today. So, Roku looks good. Has a great daily chart. So, we'll throw it on here. See what else we have. Netflix. Yeah, Netflix and FLX. All right, let's look at over here. So Netflix has a crazy daily chart.
Completely flat.
Yeah, but it's gonna completely flat today too with a crazy daily chart. Yeah, so Netflix is not one I'm gonna watch today. Roku does look a lot more interesting. Doesn't have much volume yet. Only 114,000 shares on Roku, so hopefully it can pick up some steam. All right, let's look over here. So Merengue has MKC. Merengue, so there's no volume right now on this one. Again, you want to make sure that you got some volume and some activity. But right now, this one is not looking too great. Daily chart looks great. It's been on a tear over the last couple of days. So if you're looking for a type of trend trade, possible swing trade, maybe, this could be a midday play where it pops up. This could be an option. But right now, for the open, doesn't look great. Next, what do we have? Atos is spiking. Let's tune into Atos. Yeah, selling off a bit now. We have some levels here. We'll look at it in more details once we do our levels. Next, we have Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Not much volume for Tesla right now. Again, bouncing back, it is up 1.1%, but that could be just because the market is bouncing up as well. The market is up a bit this morning after having a sell-off over the last 2 days or two. So again, not much activity happening with Tesla this moment. Roku, Pablo, we do have Roku. Yes, Roku is interesting. Doesn't have great volume right now, but I do like the chart on Roku. And let's look at Teva. Let's see what Teva's doing. Teva, no volume right now. It's just barely over 100,000 shares traded. Daily chart is nice, right? You had 2 big drops here, and then you add a support. You several supports on here over yesterday and also a couple of days ago. Look how these days are just, did not sell lower than here. So it has an interesting daily chart, but the volume right now is just not there. So this is something I will look for in our scanners. Daily chart it is interesting though where it's at. So I'm just gonna put it down here to check into it in the mid morning. It does have a nice daily chart after this big 2 drops. It could be putting in a bounce today. We got some good support here, so I do like that, but not for the open. All right, what else we have, guys? WP, no activity, or unless you're calling somebody out, Matt, I'm not sure, but WP, no volume on there. Bank of America, what I don't like about Bank of America, every time I trade it doesn't trade well, and it just barely moves. I mean, you really have to take a lot of shares, which I'm not comfortable doing. Again, you get a move that looks great, and you look at your move, your entry and your exit, and it's only 10 cents. After you think that you moved a lot. So I don't know.
Bank of America is highly traded by institutions and high frequency trading and stuff like that. It's just it's not going to give you the kind of moves we usually want to see.
Yeah, it's very
unless it's really in play. That's a different story. But 99% of the time, it's not.
Yeah, fully agree. I mean, I wish I was watching it when it had all these down days here, but again, it's one of those stocks where it rarely moves. You got to really sit on it and be able to catch a nice trend trade. I mean, it's 9.6 billion share float, so you're not gonna move this stock that easily. All right, guys, so I think we have quite a bit. Let's go through this. Just give me 1 second, guys.
Dan, I looked at CPRX earlier. It doesn't have a ton of volume right now, only 70,000 shares traded, and a couple of those where it looks like we're in some block trades. So that's what's keeping me off it. That's why I deleted it from my list already. You guys, a couple are you trying to call out Merengue on YouTube BBY or BBBY? Because we got Bed Bath & Beyond on the list already. BBBY. Yeah,
we do. So that's on there. All right, folks. So let's go through this list really quick. So we have Nvidia's looking great now. Look at this nice pop here, leaving all these moving averages. So let's look at Nvidia. Okay, see what we have here. All right, so we do have some levels here for Nvidia. So it's popping up nicely at the moment. Looks like it wants to go higher. So we have the high of 2 days ago right over here. So that's great. And we also have plenty of levels in here. We have the previous day low, previous day close, and we have the previous day high and 2 days ago low. So plenty of levels in here, but towards the top, let's see if we can find something in between here. Will be nice. If not, 185 will be it. Yeah, I think that's the gap we're trying to close. You have a nice gap here too on that level. So 185 is the next best level. We also have another somewhat of a gap here at 189. Let's find one more towards the top. This just in case this thing really takes off. When you have all this chop here, it's pretty difficult to find a daily chart, and we talked about that in our class yesterday, class 2. But we're going to mark down this level here, 205. Again, that's a stretch. You have some moving averages coming in here, but that's the best level I see towards the top. Then towards the bottom, let's see what we have here. Again, towards the bottom, I think you have plenty. You have this one here, previous day high, previous day low, previous day close, and this one on here. So I think you have plenty towards the bottom already. So that's good for NVIDIA. AMD, let's see what we have on AMD's popping up nicely here. So AMD, let's see what we can do. All right, so AMD, we have, again, plenty of levels towards the bottom. We have the previous day low, previous day close. We also have some really nice moving averages coming in here, so that's nice. You can mark those also. I'm actually going to mark this one here, 2470, in case we lose this previous day close and the low of yesterday. We'll mark that one down. So above this, we have 27, we have 27 here, the high of yesterday. We have the high of 2 days ago right over here around 28. So really good levels on AMD. AMD looks good. Let me put one of my charts on the SPYs to see what that's doing. See if the SPYs, whoops, here we go. See what the SPY has going on for us over here. SPY, yes, the SPY is still pretty flat. So AMD is kind of moving on its own right now, so that's good. All right, so I like AMD. Let's look at Cron. Cron, I'm on the fence on. Again, it looks pretty flat right now. It does have some good volume. I think it's in a state where it's trying to decide what it's going to do. Is it going to hold on this support level that's coming in, this moving average, or is it going to continue to sell off? They have some bad news today. Or yesterday, they reported fourth quarter numbers were not great. I don't have shares for short, but this price action just looks very choppy for me, even if I was to take it short. I'll keep it here for now, but again, probably not one that I'm going to watch later on today. Just going to throw down here IQ, guys, because it is popping up into our scanners over here. SRNE we'll look at as well after we're done with these levels. So Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond actually looks great. High of the pre-market is 1739. Let's see what else we have towards the top here. Let's go back. All right, look at that 1739, right where this gap closes. You see that? That's a great level right there, 1739. So above that, we're gonna have to zoom into this area here, shift square. You kind of hold shift and you draw a square to zoom in to the area that you want on Dash Trader Pro. So 1738 sitting right on there. That's great. You have another level right over here around 1797. The reason for that, I see these days bouncing over here off this level. You have 3 days there, another one here and here as well. So 1797, another possible resistance level, and then we're going to mark down this one over here where you have 3 days kind of bouncing off that 1847. So that's plenty towards the top. Towards the bottom, we have this day over here, 1625 supported by this one, and also this one here. Below this one, we have another nice clean level over here at 1568 right in here. Nice levels. You can see the price action comes up and then changes direction off this level. These 3 days are you finding it as support, and you also have here all these days coming up, finding resistance here, heading back down, and then eventually breaking through that 1568. So some pretty good levels so far in here for Bed Bath & Beyond. And again, guys, very careful with this stock. This stock can really move today. Apple, let's see what we have. Apple, we have some levels in here. I'm going to remove these just to get some clean ones. It seems very congested at the time. So towards the bottom, you have the previous day low, which is right in here for this date. We're going to mark down this one also, this low of 3 days ago, right over here. And then below that, you have the previous day close, and even the low from yesterday. You also got a moving average. Look at this moving average coming in here on the daily chart, which is basically the low for today, bouncing off that moving average. That does not want to sell off more than that. Towards the top, we have a clean level all the way up here at 197, the high from 2 days ago. See if we can find something in between here that looks possibly cleaner. So we're gonna go into these days in here, get something in the middle. Yeah, this day right over here looks good. 194.87. So we got this day here. Oops. Nope, the other way. Okay, here we go. This day here and this day here, and even this day here. So 3 days again around that 194.87. So Apple looks good. See if we can keep the momentum going. It's got some decent volume. Now Roku has no volume, but I just like the daily chart on Roku. I think it's I think they did not like too much what they saw from Apple yesterday, like Norm was saying, and I think it has the opportunity to put in a good day. So
I like how it's holding that 9 moving average. It came down and tested yesterday and held it.
Yeah, that's a good sign. So yeah. So here you can see you have the lows down here. You have some moving averages coming in here as well. You got the previous day close. You have the high from 2 days ago, the high from yesterday here as well. So plenty of levels in here. It looks like it might want to try to test this high from yesterday. Let's get a level above that. Obviously, nice level at 74.32. That's a stretch for today if we can get there. But we know how Roku can move. That is definitely possible. Trying to find a level in this area here. Again, not the best one, but 72.20 could be one. You have these days closing and kind of hitting it with their wicks as well. And then you have the bottom of this, say 70.40, 70.30, 34. So plenty of levels for Roku. Again, starting to pick up actually. Starting to do a nice flow here. Doesn't have the volume, but if it can keep going here, will be nice. Nice to put in a nice move. IQ was in our gappers list. I just want to see what's going on here right at the moment. So it is, again, it's having a, it's down 2.5. Not the best volume, but we're going to mark it down because IQ can tend to get the volume. The issue with IQ is you got to be very careful with your number of shares. So we are, it's 22.82 is a low of the pre-market right now, 22.81. Below that is right at the moving average too. Below that we have level right here, 21.69. Clean level all the way down here. I don't think it'll get there, 19.47. But you got 22.69 and 22.82. Towards the top, I think you have plenty. We can actually just mark the high of the pre-market. That would be a good level to mark, 22.65. Then above that, previous day close, previous day highs, previous day low, all listed on here. Then you also got some moving averages coming into that 25 area. So plenty of levels for IQ. Not the cleanest pre-market right now, but I do like the daily chart. I do have shares for sure. How many do I have? Yeah, we have quite a bit. When you click on this S, if you don't know that, on Dash Trader Pro, if you click on that, you're going to get this little box. It's going to tell you how many shares your broker has in inventory for sure. Usually when they put this crazy number here, that means they have plenty. If you see something like 10,000 units, most likely when the market opens, that will be bought up really fast. All right. Let's look at these stocks down here. So Atos, again, selling off now a bit. Let's get some levels for it just in case it decides to do a fallen angel or pop up. 476, 480 actually is the high of the pre-market at the moment. So we'll put it right up here, high of pre-market. Next we have 531. It's level right here from this daily chart. Then above that we have 632, 753. We can move 753 down a bit right there. 743, and then 862. So this does have the potential to move if it gets the volume. Again, we got plenty of levels. 435 right now. You got a moving average coming in right in this area. Let's see if it can hold here. It's tested it a few times already. One, and you can actually, these three right here also. So let's see if it can hold this here while this moving average just catches up and gives it even more support. ALDX is in play today. For sure, this one 2.1 million shares traded. It's not that much of a low flow. It is about 817, I believe. 17. Atos, check. No, I'm sorry. ALDX. Yeah, 1753 million shares. So again, not that low flow, but it is moving very aggressive today. So you want to be very careful. Mark down the high of the pre-market sitting right over here. I'm sorry, another high sitting at 1668. Another one right over here at 1490. Let's find some levels towards the bottom. Look at these level here, right? Comes down, up. So you have a clean level over here at 1005 towards the bottom, and then we'll mark the low of the pre-market at 948. 948 also showing some support here from a couple of days ago. All right, so now it just seems to be holding this this moving average, heading towards the next one. Let's see if it can hold it. I'm going to mark down this one here, 1076. Let's see if it, last time it came down here, it tested it and it was able to bounce. Let's see if it can do that one more time on the way down here. MBRX, I'm going to remove. Again, I figured this was just not looking great. Selling off, so I'm just going to get rid of this one. Then Teva I have here. I have plenty of levels for Teva already. Just because I like the daily chart. Let's see what it does today. Not really in play at the moment. I'm just going to watch in the mid-morning and see what we have going on there. Give me 1 second, folks. All right. All right. So now that's my watch list for right now. We'll go through it one more time before 9:15 and see what we have going on there. Just some announcements, guys. So just want to invite everyone to if you're in the area, Andrew is going to be in the Montreal Modern Traders show. So he's going to be actually one of the speakers there. Trying to get the link and the date for that. I do have it here. Abiel, do you have the link and the date? If we can post that. So make sure if you're in the area, if you want to see Andrew, he's going to be one of the special speakers on there, one of the guests. It'll be great if you could join him and watch him do the show live. So we're going to post the link in a second so you have the information on there. Yep, so Abby will post it in a few minutes. And in the meantime, I want to give you guys an update. Norm's going to give you an update on what the challenge is doing. Again, very excited about the challenge. We completed our first day, and we have some position numbers for you guys. So Norm?
Yeah, so I sent you, there you go, there's the leaderboard. Now we're using, in order to keep people's privacy and email addresses and everything from going out to the world, we're using usernames. And those are the top 10 currently in the competition for right now. They're also posted on the homepage, so you can go look at it there. That is as of the end of yesterday. And I will say that I think it was about 60+% were positive, either flat or positive in their accounts as of yesterday. So we had some really good trading and impressive numbers as far as what people have been able to do so far P&L wise. So keep up the good work on that.
Yeah, guys. So again, just very, very tight competition. I mean, everybody over 60%. That's great. That's good stuff. So 4 more days left off this. So again, keep it tight competition there. It's exciting to see the numbers, and I wish you guys all luck today and for the next 4 days as well. All right. So yes, Abby just posted this information about the Modern Trader Summit, and again, I'm going to post it here on YouTube as well. All right, here we go. So take a look at that. It's June 22nd, guys. Here's the post, the link. You can go check that out. We'd love to see you guys there and see what Andrew has to say on his speech. Okay, guys. So let's make this list a little final. Anything else you guys see before we finalize this list? Actually, SR&E. Norm, what do you have watching on your end besides anything that we?
Yeah, no, that's what we've already. Just the stuff we already talked about, but I did SR&E was flying a few minutes ago, so I added that to mine as well.
I got levels all over the place here, so I'm going to just remove some. Yes, SR&E is putting a couple of good days in here, so really leaving that $2 range. And the float on this one is not even that bad. It's 111 million shares float, so it's not a low float, but you still should treat it like one just because of the price, the way this thing can move against you. And also, again, our responsibility to not go crazy with our buying power. I mean, this is a lower price stock. You know, you can definitely get a lot of units. Well, don't go crazy with you know, overloading yourself with units. So 622 is the level I have here. Above 622, we have 650, which is the high of, it looks like 2 days ago. And then above that 650, let's see if we could find something clean here. I like this one over here around 685. So you got several days consolidating in this area. Then you have a drop. So I like that 685 there. I'm gonna mark down also this one. You know what? We'll do this consolidation over here around 620.26, and then also this spike over here 654. The reason for that is because you never know when you're gonna be caught in a situation where this thing just takes off and gives you a huge pop. Right now the what is the low of the day on this? 620. 620 is the high. Oh yeah, 622 is the high. All right, so we have the high of the day right here, and then the low of the pre-market sitting at 503. I'm gonna mark that down as well. Oh, 503 is all the way down here. No, it's not even necessary. We don't have to mark. That's too low. I'd rather mark this one here. It's more relevant to where the price action is now, 557. All right, folks. So let's throw SRNE right over here. I'm gonna put it next to my risky pile because again, it's not a low flow, but you still got to be very careful with it. All right, so let's go through this. Let's make this list shorter. So NVIDIA I like NVIDIA, is looking strong. AMD, I like AMD. Cron, I'm going to remove Cron, guys. I don't have shares for sure on Cron, so I'm just going to take that one out. BBY, I definitely like. I think probably one of my favorites today. Look at this pre-market action. Looks beautiful. Tons of volume. 3.1 million shares traded right now. We can short it as well. We have tons of inventory. So again, that one's nice to have. Apple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 6, but Apple, I'm not sure on Apple. Roku, I do like Roku. Again, doesn't have the volume. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of Roku. What I'll do is I'll watch Roku on the mid morning or the scanner. So I look for that in the scanner. So we'll get rid of that one because it's not really showing a lot of activity right now. But it's a good stock to tune into later on, see what it does. IQ, another one I'm gonna get rid of. Again, has a good daily chart, but again, not really in play right now. So let's get rid of that one. SRNE, I like. This one is good, starting to be very active. Atos is starting to bounce back here. It actually held this 435 level. It created kind of double bottom. Look at this clean double bottom, just beautiful W there. Bounces back. ALDX, very active, moving pretty flat right now though. But not moving pretty flat at the moment. But again, tons of volume here. This can also be a possible one in play. Let's look at MU. What is MU doing? We got a lot of high price stocks here, which I usually don't like trading. I like trading stuff under $100. So like an Apple and Nvidia, I'm not as comfortable as Norm is with those. Norm trades those all the time. He does an amazing job with those stocks. MU not doing much right now, so I'm just gonna get rid of MU. NIO's coming up over here. Let's see what NIO has. It's just been selling off over the last couple of days. I don't have shares for short on NIO. So, and look at this pre-market action, just pure chop. So yeah, nothing exciting there. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes left. Anything else you guys have on your end? Any other stocks you're watching that we might have not mentioned? Amazon. So Amazon, I don't trade Amazon because I probably can only afford like 2 shares. So I'm not gonna based on my risk. So I'm not going to watch Amazon. But Amazon, again, is kind of moving with the SPY. If you look at the SPY, look at this drop here. It's doing it what the SPY is doing. But again, this is a very expensive stock. You do have some levels down here. I have plenty of levels down if you're going to trade this. Look at all these levels here. Previous day close, previous day low. And then you have this pop over here as well. So you got plenty of levels that you can watch in Amazon. Next one you had was BA. What is BA up to? We haven't heard from this one in a while. I'm going to remove all these levels here. So it looks like it definitely found a bottom. Not in play today. Over the next couple of days, maybe this will start bouncing. But right now, the volume is not there on BA. It's just kind of pretty much after this drop and all this volatility you had, look at the volume has dropped tremendously over the last couple of days. So again, just not really in play unless some other news breaks out or it starts slowly to get back up to its levels where it was trading at before. Looks like it's trying to put in that now. It's up 1.1, but again, it's just been very choppy with no volume. So not a stock that you want to watch today. NIO we just discussed. Again, I think NIO is very choppy. Pre-market action right now has 1.2 million shares, but look at how these shares are being traded. I mean, if you have 1.2 million shares traded, you want to see something like a ALDX. You know, you want to see some movement. You want to see like an ATOS. Look at this type of price action. You know, this thing is trading all that volume and it's not putting in nothing that you want to be part of. I mean, look at this here. This is just not clean. Tons of block trades. Look at this 214 here, another 214 here. Again, this is not a tradable stock at the moment. All right, guys. So it's Yeti. Let's look at Yeti. Yeti has no volume right now, so it's up 2.3, but really no good volume at the moment. All right, guys, so let's just go through this list one more time. So I like NVIDIA. It looks good. It's got some volume to it. I like AMD. AMD is looking a bit strong in the pre-market. Again, good volume, 838,000 shares right now, up 2.4. Love where the daily chart is at the moment. Bed Bath & Beyond, also very active, up 23%. That's nice. We got some really good levels up here that we can play off. We can actually, you know what? We can actually put in another one down here. See this level down here, 1650. You got these days consolidating off of that, and so if it drops down to 1650, which it doesn't look like it wants to right now, that could be a possible area of support. Apple also has a great daily chart, and I do like the volume on it right now. Again, just climbing up nicely here, looking pretty flat now. It started looking great, but now it's kind of dying out a bit. So I might drop it depending on what Brian and Norm and Andrew are going to be watching today. SNRE got active, but now it's kind of stalling a bit, so I'll keep my eye on that. ATOS is bouncing a bit from this 435 we mentioned earlier, so that looks good. And ALDX putting in a big bounce. Again, just couldn't break this 1076. Didn't even come down to test it, kind of wrapped around this moving average and took off here. Let's see if we can get towards the high of the day, high of the pre-market, 1294. All right, guys, thank you for joining us on YouTube. That is our watch list for today. Andrew will be coming on in a couple of minutes, and Brian will be posting his watch list as well. What I would do is I will see what those guys have on their end. We also have some more, looks like, in our gappers list, CCL, CUK, so we'll go over those as well. And if I find something better with a better price range too, because NVIDIA and Apple are pretty high priced, not my niche, then we'll go through these and adjust them accordingly. Take care, guys, on YouTube. Have a great day. Trade safe, and good luck if you're in the challenge. Look forward to seeing some great numbers at the end of the day.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.